Well, hello all my friends, welcome back. If you're joining us for the first time, hi, my name is T and this is my YouTube channel, Crumpets Tea and Sewing. Welcome. In today's video, I want to share with you all over 10 jacket and coat patterns. So we are now entering into the colder months. For those of us who live in colder climates, we are going to be needing those coats. And for those of you who are living in warmer climates, you might need a jacket. And so I have jackets and coats on this list that I want to share with you all. And I also want to share with you the pattern reviews and the sewing vlogs and the blogs and all of that good stuff that people have done on these patterns. So I did my research, and I've seen a lot of people making blogs, vlogs, and reviews on these patterns. I'll make sure that I put that information in the description box below, because I did not make all these patterns, but I have seen some great reviews on most of these patterns. And so I wanted to go ahead and share that with you. So you will see a list of those in the description box. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So the very first pattern that I think would be really nice to make, I think this would be more for an advanced beginner. It's the Simplicity S8742. It comes in sizes extra small to extra large. It's a really nice oversized style jacket. It has a drop sleeve. Although you have like this waterfall collar that's going in the front of the garment, you have two different collars that you actually can make. One is like a banded collar that goes around the neckline. You also have optional pockets that you could place on the front of the garment as well. But what I really like about this pattern is, like I said, it's a loose fitting style. You don't have any closures, not that I can tell. I don't see any buttons or anything on this particular garment. So it's going to be very simple, very easy to sew, and you don't have to use a lining either. So I think that one would be really nice. So the next pattern that I put on the list is the Simplicity S9239. This is a jacket that comes in extra small to extra large, and you do have buttons for this. So this is going to be your advanced beginners to your intermediate sewers here. It has a drop shoulder. You do have a collar for the neckline. You have a pocket that you can put on the on the breast of the garment. So it's the breast pocket, and then you also have two lower pockets on the front that you can put as well. You have band on the sleeve, and that band also you can put an optional buttonhole and button on the sleeve. So this one is a little bit more detailed for your, like I said, advanced beginners, maybe even your intermediate sewers. Next on the list is the Simplicity S9187. This pattern comes in 2X small to 2XL. It is a loose fitting jacket. You have a drop shoulder. You have optional pockets on the front. It has a collar, but it doesn't look like it's going to be something that will be too complicated. This looks like it's going to be a pattern for your advanced beginners. So it's a really cool, simple, easy, loose fitting jacket that I believe an advanced beginner can definitely sew this pattern. Next is the Burda 6736. Now they are saying that this is a super easy pattern. This come in US sizes 8 to 20. You have two different versions. You do have two buttons that you are going to be placing on the front for view A and one button for view B. Now this looks like it has like a sleeve that you're going to be sewing and using the flat method. I can't really tell, but from the illustration, that's what it's looking like. You have optional pockets that you're putting on the front. You have darts that are going to be placed. These are breast darts that's going to be placed on the jacket, or bust darts, I should say. And you do also have the option of doing inseam pockets as well. So they're saying that this is a super easy pattern, but I'm going to have to say this is probably going to be more for your advanced beginners and not your beginners. But it is a really cool pattern, and I believe Main Course sewed this, and I'll put the link to her YouTube channel in the description box below, so you could go over and check out her review. And I also believe she posted this on patternreview.com as well. So again, I'll put all those links in the description box below, and you can go over and check out those reviews, and you can see what her thoughts are and see what she thinks about this pattern, if it's easy enough for beginners or for advanced beginners. But looking at the pattern and all of the details, I would say this would be more for advanced beginners to intermediate. But again, check out her channel. Next on the list is the New Look 6585. This is also a really simple oversized coat. You have four different options. You can make a very long coat it goes down below the calves. Then you have a thigh-high coat, and then there's a short coat that is about at the a little bit below the waist. So you have these different options. You can also make a version with the hood, and it looks like you are sewing raglan sleeves on this particular garment, and you also have pockets that you can place on the garment as well. So I'll make sure that I put the pictures here, the images, so that you can see what these patterns look like. Next on the list is Vogue V1758. Now this is a pattern that I want to sew myself. I haven't had the chance to sew it yet. It calls for quite a bit of fabric, so that's why I haven't made it yet. And it calls for wool type fabrics, and then you also have to get a lining for this one. So this is definitely going to be for your advanced beginners or your intermediate sewists. Most likely it's going to be intermediate sewists, because like I said, you are sewing a lining in, you have a notch collar, you do have that drop shoulder, so that's really easy construction for the sleeve. It comes with a tie belt. It also has like front pockets that you could put on it, and you have three different versions of this particular pattern. You can make one that looks kind of like a vest, which is really cool, and that's a little shorter. And then you have a long version, and you have three different length versions. So it's a really cool pattern, and I really like the pattern. Now getting into the jackets, I would definitely recommend the New Look 6545. I haven't made this one myself, but I've seen a lot of reviews on this, and people really like this bomber jacket. So you have two different variations of a bomber jacket, and basically it's the same version. It's just showing how you can actually color block and things like that. But it's a jacket that has raglan sleeves. You have a zipper that goes down the center front. You have your little collar on the jacket. You also have on the bottom of the wrist, you're going to be sewing on rib knit fabric on the bottom of the wrist for the band, as well as the lower band of the jacket as well. Now the next bomber jacket that I have on the list is the Simplicity 8418. This is basically the same jacket pattern as the New Look. Now I recommend this one because I actually sewed this pattern. I sewed this pattern 3 times. I really love this. I'll put a few of my versions here, and then also check the description box below if you want to see my pattern review on this. So again, I highly recommend this one because I sewed it and I actually know what the pattern sews like, and I'm familiar with the pattern. So a really great pattern if you just need a jacket, but you don't need like a coat, you just need a jacket for the winter. This would be a really great one. I also recommend the Burda 6608. Now this is a pattern that is very, very simple and easy in construction. This is definitely going to be for your beginners, and probably for those individuals who have never sewn a coat before, but you have some sewing under your belt, but you've never sewn any kind of jacket or coat. This would be a really perfect overthrow for you. Now this is more like a sweater jacket, and I believe it's a knit as well, but it's very simple and easy. You don't have that many pattern pieces. You have your front, your back, and your sleeve. So this is gonna fall into that 3 to 6 pattern piece range that I told you about earlier on in the video. If you are a beginner and you don't want to have that many pattern pieces, this is definitely going to be the little jacket or the little sweater cardigan for you. So next on the list, I have the McCalls M7476. This is a learn to sew pattern. Now this is a really great pattern for those individuals who are beginners, but you want to go ahead and get into that advanced beginner stage by sewing on a buttonhole. Now this pattern features one buttonhole. So you're just learning how to sew a button on, and it's just that one button. So this is perfect for those individuals who want to learn how to sew. And then also if you just want to have a little simple closure detail. It also have this learn how to attach a collar. So it shows you how to attach a collar. So that's very simple and easy in construction. So it's not going to have any kind of elaborate notch collar or anything like that. So you'll be learning how to do that as well. This pattern also features a drop shoulder, so you don't have to worry too much about insetting the sleeve and all that stuff. And then also, as part of the learn to sew, you will be learning how to make a patch pocket as well. So this is a really great learn to sew pattern for your beginners and your advanced beginners. Now this is a lighter cardigan, kind of like a coatigan type thing. So I would definitely say this would be for those individuals who are in warmer climates, not those of us who are in colder climates who need an actual coat. Okay, so I want to go ahead and now turn my attention to the indie and commercial patterns that are honorable mentions. So the first is by Papercut Pattern Company, and it's the Nova Coat. So this is also a really simple, easy pattern. It's almost like a cocoon type jacket, but it's very easy in construction, and it has very great reviews on Instagram. And then also on, if you check some of the blogs and some of the reviews out there, it has a really great review. So I'll make sure that I provide some of those reviews for you. The next pattern that's on the list is the Closet Core Sienna Maker Jacket. This is a very simple jacket as well. However, you do have your notch collar. You have a belt that you're actually going to be sewing for the jacket. You have pockets on the front of the garment. You have a two-piece sleeve. So this is a little bit more detailed. I would say this is going to be more for your intermediate sewers, but it looks easy in construction for those individuals who have that skill set. So definitely a winner. And then also it has great reviews. It has a 5-star review on their website out of 46 reviews. It's just a really great pattern. Next on my list is the Cambria Duster Coat, and this is by Friday Pattern Company. Now this one is an oversized coat that have a looser fitting style, but you do have this big statement collar in the front of the garment. So it's not a notch collar or anything like that. So I think that it will be something that an advanced beginner can sew. You have pockets that you're putting on the front of the garment as well. It also have like a, I believe that's a drop sleeve. I'm not for certain, but I believe it's a drop sleeve on the pattern as well. So you have that feature as well. And this also have really great reviews. And so I thought that I would go ahead and include that on the list as well. Next is the Stacker Jacket by Papercut Patterns. This is also a really cool pattern, but it has four or five buttons in the front of the jacket. So you do have buttons on the jacket. It has a collar. You also have a band on the lower part of the jacket that you're sewing on, and then also a band on the sleeve. And then there are pockets as well on the jacket. So this is a little bit more of a detailed pattern. And I would say that this would be your intermediate sewers for the most part. You're going to be needing those intermediate skills there. Next is the McCalls. This is a learn to sew pattern. This is the McCall 7511. This is a very simple, easy pattern for fleece type fabrics. You also are going to be sewing on patch pockets. And then also this one is learn how to sew a lined garment. So this pattern will be lined. However, it is very easy, and it has the instructions to help you follow along with that. Lastly is the McCalls M7877. Now, as of this video, I have not been able to find that many reviews on this or any kind of vlogs or anything on this. So I can't tell you any more information than what I see because I haven't made it myself either. But this is a simple jacket that have a notch collar. You have pockets on the front of the garment. You have 4 different variations. You have some crop versions here. You have a version where you can actually do some color blocking, like the top portion of the garment can be a separate color than the bottom portion of the garment, and the same for the sleeves. It's just a really interesting pattern, and I have it in my stash, but I have not sewn it. Now, this particular pattern, you will be insetting the sleeves. So this will be, I would say, a pattern for advanced beginners, maybe even beginners. I don't know. But yeah, you do have that notch collar there. So those are all the things, or all the patterns that I wanted to share with you. I thought that these were really simple, easy patterns, and I hope that one of these patterns on the list will be something that will draw your attention, or something that you think that you can sew, or that you would like, something that will be your style. So anyway, if you have any comments or anything you want to add to my list, go ahead and make sure that you comment below. I hope you all enjoyed this list today and enjoyed my video. All right, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in today. So that does it for today's video. If you like this video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you can receive notifications of all my videos when I post them. I hope you all have a happy and blessed Saturday. Until next time, stay creative. Bye.